going up. We going crazy, going bonkers. Produced by Ziggy, Zay Ticky. Believe that.
It ain't peaches, it'll deceive you, boy, believe me. What you know about a jungle made with nothing but semen. No creepy crawlers, just heathens that prey on your weakness. Smell the slightest hint of fear, and the stainless you'll eat it. Gang bangers that greet the test on their face like Weezy. Pulling up by the ounce, walking around looking sleepy. I'm from a town, no integrity, a broken city, disrupted. I know niggas were real hook now, turning to suckers. When it comes to murder, it's nothing. Rallos get pulled over scuffles. Bumpy road around this motherfucker, your life means nothing. It ain't peaches. Niggas walking around with no feelings, with a chip on their shoulder, saying the world don't feel it. Trying to earn them some millions so they can split with they niggas. I know cats that died broke because they lost all ambition. When it comes out to get.
Welcome back to another edition of More to Live For. Right back at it with this good segment, Growing Up North of the River, Volume 2. I got a good one tonight. Got a good friend of mine, somebody that really gonna explain, the lifestyle growing up north of the river a little more. And, we're gonna just rock out like that, reminisce on old times and kick it off like that. What's good with you, bro?
Coolin', man. How you?
Man, I'm hanging in there, man. I can't complain. I appreciate you for doing this for me, man.
Oh yeah, man. We supposed to been down there. You already know.
Oh yeah,
big bro. So I got you.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate you, man. Definitely, man. So, man, if you could, man, introduce yourself to my viewers, man, and let them know a little bit about you.
Oh yeah, Kajuan, man. Kajuan Williams, River Road, across the river, boys, man. You know how we do, but pretty much, man, laid back, humble, chill guy, man. You know what I mean? One day at a time. Like I said, across the river.
Right. I heard that. So, could you, tell my viewers a little bit about your upbringing, man? What schools you were able to go to, and friendships that you were able to make, over those years.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I had a real good upbringing, man. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get up here and be like I had it hard. I wanted for stuff or whatever like that. I ain't have everything, you know what I mean? But I always had what I needed, you know what I mean? But as a youngin', man, I moved around a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Kindergarten, I think I was at W.H. Robinson. I was staying with my aunt for a little bit, you know what I mean? Growing up with my older cousins and stuff like that in the same household. So the family camaraderie was always there, you know what I mean? So I came from that, like a close-knit family on both sides, you know what I mean? Both sides, I'm tight with both sides of my family, you know what I mean? Shout out to all of them. They already know, you know what I mean? They echo the same. But first grade, man, I was wall coach. Second grade, I kind of settled in, Belleville for like 3 years. That's when I met, you know what I mean, some good friends, man. Actually, my best friend, that's actually when I met him, Antoine Williams, man. Shout out to him. But man, I that was like some of the best times of my life because, it was simple. You know what I mean? That's what I knew. I was kind of settled in, you know what I mean? Had some good people around me, good teachers, just that whole environment, that whole vibe, man. You know what I mean? It was just something. And then I kind of uprooted, from then on. I ended up going to Wintergreen for like 2 years. So I was closer to my little cousins and them, in town and everything like that. So I made a lot of friends along the way. You know what I mean? I'm a quiet, kind of humble guy, kind of chill guy, you know what I mean? Lax or whatever like that. But I know a lot of people, you know what I mean? I met a lot of people. Never made really no enemies or nothing like that, man. Like, there's going to always be some people that don't like you, but I never really made no enemies or nothing like that, man. I kind of always stayed to myself, and if I click with you, I click with you, you know what I mean, or whatever like that. But after then, man, I moved right back over to, across the river. I went to Welcome, and that was kind of like my first school going through, from 6th grade all the way to 8th grade graduating, you know what I mean? So it was that was a different experience in its own, you know what I mean? Because you're becoming a man a little sort of, you're getting out of that teenage aspect and you're becoming a man. So that transition, was that was a tough transition because you at that age, I mean, I'm sure you get a little rebellious, you know what I mean? Like regardless of, you get a little rebellious. So I used to have little issues, with my stepdad or whatever like that. And you know him, you know what I mean? You
Right.
interviewed him and everything like that. Shout out to him. But, he helped make a man out of me, man. You know what I mean? Him and my pops, like I said, we used to butt heads, but they was butting heads with me about the right stuff that I needed to know, stuff that, kept me alive, man, kept me out of trouble. And after that, on the North Pit, and that speaks for itself, man. You know what I mean? That was the best time of my life. You know what I mean? Continue the relationships that I built with, people, growing up and everything like that, and just a maturation process. You know what I mean? Like I said, even becoming more of a man, becoming more independent. You know what I mean? Things like that. But then I went to Pitt for 2 years, man. That's when I kind of fell out of the school thing and kind of more so was getting tempted by like the streets, because that's kind of what some of my family was into. And not saying that it was all bad with them, but they was just more so geared to, that's how they grew up. And I think growing up in the country, man, really saved my life, what I mean, to be honest with you.
Right. I definitely I ain't mean to cut you off by any means, but I
You good?
definitely I share those same feelings, man. Like I think, being in the country myself, I think that, I definitely can relate to what you're saying, man, in a nutshell.
Right.
So you kind of laid out, your whole journey, as far as like, moving around, going from different schools. I didn't necessarily do that, but some of my cousin did and some of my close friends did. So um, we made
Right.
it all
Right.
the way to past Welcome and past and up to North Pitt now. Well, actually past North Pitt. I kind of want to take the time to go back to North Pitt, and could you kind of talk about some of your your
Right. Right.
memories from basketball, from your high school career, man. Some of the memories that stand out.
Well, of course, the sports thing, man, that's gonna always be there, man, because you become brothers, with those people. You know what I mean? White, black, whatever. You know what I mean? It's a brotherhood, man. With that, you know what I mean? Practices, day in, day out. Sometimes night practices, tour days, maybe going from football practice to basketball workouts in the summer. So I built a lot of camaraderie, man, with a lot of people with that, man. But just the whole North Pit experience, we get kind of looked down on because we in the country. It's kind of on the
Right.
outskirts, all small North Pit. Everybody associates, North Pit with Bethel being small and everything like that. But man, Bethel got
Right.
some. Man, Bethel's a legendary town, man. Like, and they're very close knit. Those some of the most close knit people, what I'm saying, I've seen in my life, man. So definitely, we get looked down on. I mean, that, what I mean. But as far as like the experience and everything like that, man, like I said, it was great. You had them times, of course, school tests, you get stressed out, you know what I mean, stuff like that. You trying to party, you trying to, you coming of age and everything like that. But for the most part, man, like that high school was great, man. Like I said, I hold on to a lot of them memories, like to this day. I relive a lot of that stuff to this day, man. Definitely, man. I had a lot of people I looked up to, man. Like coming into it, that just that you associated North Pitt with. You know what I mean?
Right.
First and foremost, God bless the dead. Ron Little. You know what I mean? He was one of them, man. You know what I mean? He was one of the great ones, man, and everything like that. And I knew him growing up. And I used to always tell him, you know what I mean, like, man, you's the reason why I wore number 22. Of course, that's my birthday, the day I was born, but he was a huge reason why, I chose to, throw that jersey on, man. And we built a real good relationship, even deeper relationship, I would say, prior to his, passing or whatever like that. Just he could relate to me on a lot of things that I couldn't relate to other people about, especially dealing with my brother, and things like that. So we definitely click, man. We definitely click, like on another level, man. But a lot of those people, like I said, I already had relationships with, and it was just, now we're growing up, coming through that
Right.
process, man. But I had a lot of great teachers, man. My coach, Mark Carson, Brent Wooten, Alan Wooten. I had some great people around me, man. Great people, great teachers. Um, Heather Sullivan, my ninth grade English teacher. I mean, I had a lot of great ones, man. A lot of great ones. High school was, great. I mean, me and you even shared a class together in your world history. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know what
I
I mean?
was sitting
Mr.
there trying
Woodard,
to
shout
think,
out to
man.
him.
I was sitting there trying to think, were we in high school together?
Yeah,
Or did we meet in?
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
but
all right.
we met, we met earlier. We met earlier when
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
in middle school at the time. When we first met,
yeah,
you started working with my step pops and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like you
yeah. That
always cool little dude. You know what I mean? Even back then, you know what I mean? Had this swag, was cool back then. So I looked up to you back then. You know what I mean, or whatever like that. Cause you was always cool, laid back to yourself, didn't bother nobody. But it looked like you handle business. So I'm like, that's right up my alley, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I
oh
said,
yeah,
high school, man, that was great, man. Like I mean, like I said, like not even just the sports, man, just the relationships and the memories that that you built over that time, man. It
right.
was just something special, man. And you take it for granted, a little bit, then,
Yeah,
in the moment, but once you look down 10, 15, 20 years, you start having kids and your friends start having kids and you see them growing up and then they're growing up with each other and it kind of puts you in the mind of how you grew up with that friend. So it's
yeah.
man, it's great, man. Like I wouldn't trade it for nothing, man. Like we, like I said, we get looked down on a lot, but I definitely wouldn't trade like going anywhere else, other than Lord Pitt, man. Like, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I definitely can relate, man. Like you said, man, like those friendships like that we had, like with me being from like you said, me being from Bethel and how close knit
Mm.
everybody was, the way I grew up, and and just coming into high school and like all the people that you met, you know, then and just to be able to, stay in touch, keep in touch and like
Mhm.
it was just like you said, man, like you in the moment and you thinking that, you got this forever, man. And like
Right.
getting close to being 20
Not,
years,
bro.
man. It's getting
For
real close
real.
to being 20 years. So
For real.
if you could, man, is there any particular thing that stands out the most, like any favorite game or anything of that nature, you know about your your basketball career, especially your varsity days.
And definitely, man. That even before varsity, man. I got a lot of games, man. We was on JV, man. Our very first game, actually my ninth grade year, man. We was on JV, and our coach, we know we call him Carson and everything like that. Everybody calls him Carson, but
Right?
he didn't us, we was all he didn't know us or whatever like that. So, we had a good, summer workout, things like that. But when we really put it together, our very first game, we kind of blew him away and he was like, okay, you know what I mean? Like I got one. And that was kind of like our first taste of like, okay, fellas, like we can really do something. You know what I mean? Like we can, we can make some noise. So I definitely say my very first game, you know what I mean, putting that North Pit jersey on, you know what I mean? Like definitely like that. But even down to man, like countless conference championship games, man, when I think North Pit they came down from like 20 against North Lenore at home, man. Had the gym rocking, man. They came all the way back. That's when, Scoot, Andre, Ron, Jeremy, David McCray, Dominique Easterling, you know what I mean? That whole squad. Shout out to all of them, man.
Oh yeah.
Great coach and Greg Ashorn, you know what I mean? Uh, I seen a lot of great girls games, man. The girls played a lot of good, you know, played a lot of good opposition, man. But
Oh yeah.
definitely to see them come together, like as a whole, you know what I mean, gel together as a whole. They definitely had some great games, man. But my varsity years, I would say, man, we had some good games, man. And these are some games that we lost, you know what I mean? Green Central, our conference championship game, man, that was a great game. We got blew out, man, but just I think I'll fight and I'll resolve that game, man, because we had a lot going against us that year and heading into that game, man. But just the way we kind of stuck it out, it was definitely one for the ages, man. But we played a guy named CJ Leslie. He went to NC State. He was a pretty good decent player for them. We played them. To be honest, man, the best varsity games, man, when we were on JV. I'll just be honest with you. You know, no disrespect to my crew, but that's when you know what I mean. Like I felt like the whole community was behind the school. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I honestly want to be a part of getting back to that, like with the current, you know what I mean, with the current players and stuff like that in the team. So, you know, that's, you know, not getting, you know, too far off into another topic, but that's, to me, man, some of the greatest games when I was on GV, man. And like I said, shout out to all of them, man. Like those are memories I hold on, like I said, forever, man.
Oh yeah, man, definitely, man. That's kind of one of the reasons why I asked you, man, because I knew it was, I knew they were right there. You know, I already sketched in your memory, man. So I just kind of wanted, to share with my viewers,
Hmm.
how important sports can be, in high school, and the memories that last forever. So before we,
Definitely, man.
leave.
Definitely, man. I played My bad, I ain't mean to cut you, but
Oh, you
yeah,
good,
man.
man?
I even down to football, man. I played, you know, football for a couple of years. I didn't play my first few years just because, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I used to be scared, like, man, I'm skinny, man. I'm gonna get hurt out there. Them boys gonna break me up, you know what I mean? But I
Right,
also didn't want to look like, man, I ain't tough enough to play. You know what I mean? So I
right,
played my junior year, my senior year. You know what I mean? Just because I'm like, man, look, man, my friends playing. I'm trying to get
right.
stronger. I'm trying to do all of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm really
Yeah,
trying to build some memories because now you starting to realize, like you said, it's not forever and like, okay, after this, everybody's kind of gonna start going to separate ways, you know what I mean, a little bit.
right.
So
Yeah,
you kind of you know what I mean, you kind of you trying to hold on to them, you trying to make more memories, you know what I mean? But man, we played tennis and we started out playing tennis, man, just kind of like as like I wouldn't say a joke, but like something to do until basketball season started. And to be honest with you, man, we got really, really good at it, man. We went to state playoffs twice. So individual appearances. We really got it, man. So like you said, like sports, man, it brings you together, man, and it keeps you out of the streets, man. Like, you know, like I said, we didn't have too much to do because of where we're located at, but sports definitely, man, that definitely keeps you, you know what I mean, it keeps you out of trouble, man, and it helps build character in life, definitely.
definitely. I definitely appreciate you for sharing that. I kind of want to, shift gears a little bit. And kind of, dig into some of these adult years. We're good and grown now. A lot of people go through, different
Right.
things, different troubling moments. And I just want to know, are you in a place now that you're comfortable, talking about this matter? And
Oh
I'm
yeah, yeah,
asking.
definitely, man, definitely. Like, yeah, oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, definitely, man. Like, and the thing about it is, man, like, it's it's good to talk about it. You know what I mean? It's good to talk about it, and it's good to have somebody to let you know it's like I'm here to listen. You know what I mean? I can level with you. You know what I mean? And you know you know what I mean, we as black man, we you know what I mean, we hold ourselves to like the ultimate macho, you know what I mean, Superman. Nah,
yeah,
I'm good. I don't need no you know what I mean? Like you know how that
right.
is, man. And that's
Yeah,
something, man, that's really kind of like, you know what I mean, really kind of like tore, I ain't gonna say tore us up, man, but we lost a lot of good ones because of they couldn't or didn't feel comfortable having these types of conversations, man. But I'm
right.
definitely at a, you know, I have them days, man, but I'm definitely at a place where it's, you know, it's cool. It's cool.
I definitely understand that, man. And something that I definitely almost forgot, man. And I don't know how. Maybe because maybe I'm moving too fast, but I kind of want to share this with my viewers. I'm not sure if I told any people that we know personally, but you were there for me, during a dark time. So what you're saying, man. I think that's
Hmm.
very important. And I'm gonna say it again. It's important for us to have these conversations with each other because, like, even though I know now what it was, but going through it going through any type of anxiety or depression or anything like that, and you're not used to it or you're new to it, you don't know what it is. So like I definitely want to say, man, shout out to you because you were there for me, and you know what I mean, without even knowing that you were being there necessarily. I mean, you know, we were having a regular conversation, like you know, messaging each other, but I told you, bro, sure, I was in the hospital messaging you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like,
Right.
so
Right.
that I
Yeah.
mean,
I
that
remember.
just goes to show you, bro. Like, you know, and that was way back in February. But you know, like you said, it's important to have these conversations, man. That's why I kind of wanted to, you know, to approach this whole thing, you know, with delicacy. I hope I said it right. That it deserves, but you know what I mean. But it's definitely important. It's definitely important because what I've noticed, not well, definitely about myself. I really can't speak for others, but you know, like things that we you know think didn't bother us, like not necessarily in our childhood, but like you know those late teenage years, those early
Right.
20s.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like in a nutshell, that time I almost got. You know what I mean? That time I almost didn't get away. You know what I mean? Like what I know is
Right.
like
Right.
things like that, you know, can find a way to, you know, to come back and haunt you and
Right.
at different times. You know what I mean? Like and
Definitely.
not necessarily you know, things you know, that drastic. Not necessarily you know, when I said I almost got away, not necessarily things that drastic, but you know, just things in general that we make thought that we were okay with, like you know, losing
Yeah.
people
Oh
and things
yeah.
like that. You
Right.
know, we may think that we're, you know, not necessarily you can never be over someone, but we may think that we're, you know, over the grieving stage, and we
Right.
in reality we never got a chance to actually grieve. So you know, when that
Right.
all,
At
you know,
all.
coming at you at the same time, that's something to deal with. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
That's a
that, you
fact.
know, this ain't about me, but that's kind of what my situation was. You know, when I went through it, like everything was coming at me at the same time, and I didn't know what it was. So once again, shout out to you because you were there for me. You and you know a few other good people. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to take time to talk about that. You know, so another
Right.
another thing, man. You know that I wanted to you know take the time to talk about, man. And I want to talk about this delicate as well, man, because I really don't know what the actual outcome of this was. But do you remember? Well, I know you remember, but for my viewers, you know, we were working together, and in a nutshell, we got robbed together.
Yeah.
So, man, but yeah, man, I mean, that's just another example of, you know, like that, man. Thinking about that now, like right now, thinking about it, you know, this stage of life that we in, man, that could have went any damn way. You know what I mean? The
It
only
could.
thing we were
It,
doing was at work. So
that, that's it. Can you still hear me? The connection still good?
I didn't hear your initial response. What'd you say?
I said connection still good. Still good. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. But
Okay. Okay. Yeah, man. Definitely.
yeah, that was a crazy experience. You know, for us to go through to be there at work. But like I said, I don't know what the outcome of that was, and that ain't what I mentioned it to see what the outcome is. So yeah, I just reliving that moment with you. Just you know, sharing, you know, being a little more personal with my subscribers and my viewers. So like I said, bro, you know, you definitely were there for me, man. So I definitely appreciate you for doing this for me. Before we get out of here, one thing I did want to you know to tap into, man. I think you know it's definitely room for a part two. But you know, I have a segment. My you know one of my first segments on this channel, you know, Fathers of Autism. So I kind of wanted to briefly, you know, kind of, you know, ask how your journey has been, you know, being new to that, like a lot of us are.
Right. I mean, you definitely you hit it on the head, man, when you said journey. You know what I mean? Because that's definitely
Yeah,
what it is, man. Every day is a journey. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
it's a journey that I grown and like known like I wouldn't trade it. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't trade this journey, man. But definitely not knowing, about autism and things like
Right.
that, as like, growing up, that's not something that you just, that you hear a lot, you know what I mean? So it was definitely like something different, for me, man. But like I said, every day is a journey, man. And just learning that I can't always, bring him to my world. Sometimes I have to go to, a lot of times I have to go to his, you know what I mean?
Right.
I have to be in his world, you know what I mean? So definitely, man. And being that, you experienced, being a autistic father, before I did, you gave me some pointers, you know what I mean?
Right.
Um, another good friend of mine's, man, good friends actually, that I met, actually working in Farmville, man. My homeboy, Craig Williams, man, his wife Ashanti Williams, she's a real big,
Other
autism
people have
advocate,
been
man.
telling me
She,
about her, so shout out to her,
yeah, I
man. Other
definitely,
people have been telling me
yeah,
about her.
definitely, man. You definitely, you'll get a real good interview out of her too, man. She definitely like, she like the like, she's like the one, man, like for real. Like nobody, nobody do, she's not with the, she's doing more, she's trying to get something out of it. Like she really like, that's what she do, you know what I mean? So definitely shout out to them, man. They helped me tremendously, man. But yeah, like you said, it was just a journey, man. Just definitely been a journey, man. But just learning him, just retooling how, we were raised kids, or how we were taught to raise kids, you know what I mean? And also it gives you
Your audio going out. I couldn't hear you right there, and you went out for a second. Nah, I still can't hear you. I read your lips. Can you hear me? Nah, I can't hear you. Hold on. You can hear me, but hold on, I'm gonna take you out of the stream. All right, how about now? Nah, I can't hear you. Let me see. It's all good. It's all good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up. This been a good interview. This been a good interview. We touched on some good things. Everything that we talked about, and we finished up on autism. Something that we definitely both been enjoying this journey. Being autistic sons, dads. So it's definitely a journey, and it's definitely more awareness to raise, and that's what I'm continuing to do. So, um, you can hear me, bro. I can't hear you. I'm wrapping it up, but I think it's been dope. Like I said, I think it's been dope, man. So I don't mind. I don't the way. Hey, that's how we rock it, man. It's more to live for. It's been a good interview, and like I'm saying, we touched on some good things, man, and continue to raise awareness about everything that I'm raising awareness on, and and it's gonna be an incredible journey, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the whole journey with this channel, and everything that comes with it. Before we get up out of here, a lot of people might be wondering why I got this jersey on, but happy heavenly birthday to the Black Mamba. So that's another reason why. That's the reason why I got this on. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You already know, man. You already know. That's just something else we got in common too. But this has been another edition of More to Live For. Growing Up North of the River, Volume 2. Got a good one, man. Peace and blessings to everybody. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll get the notification every time I drop a video. Peace and blessings to all.